Siouxland Christian Community School earlier this morning. One of the deputies' children attend school there. Said they had an incident with a student that brought a firearm to school and had not shown back up to school. And through interviewing some people, the principal realized this had happened over a 1 or 2 day period. And then there was some threats that were made along with that firearm being brought to school. So after we got that information, we arrived out to a residence out to this location, and we began looking for the subject, as he did not show up for school, and may still have that firearm. We have not been able to locate that firearm. The threats were serious, and that we thought it could be, even though he was a juvenile, that it could put the community in danger. So we've released his name, Matthew Maxwell, Matty Maxwell, 16 years of age, and we had other schools notified. Some schools put in a precautionary lockdown or kept their students inside during that time period. The student, Matthew Maxwell, was a former student at Woodbury Central, and due to him leaving that school and going to Siouxland Christian, we felt that school should be notified to the proximity and also possible issues that may have occurred with members of that school and himself. Lawton Bronson School was also notified, as he had past acquaintances from that school, and there could have been some threats or contacts. So right now we're concerned for Matthew's whereabouts. We're concerned for his safety and the safety of the community. We're asking anyone, if they see him, to contact 911. We're hoping for a good result on this without anything escalating to someone being shot or that he harms himself. So our prayers are that everything works out well here. But we've had Mercy up, we've had deputies out on four-wheelers. We've checked the area, we've checked the corn, flew over. We've spent deputies are checking coordinates throughout this area. He has no vehicle, and he does not have his phone with him, but he had made some messages through an iPod that he was able to use from wireless. So we have some forensic people looking on computers and things like that to maybe help us as a location. The reason we put this out, even though he's a juvenile, and thinking that the threat that he could pose to the community is our main concern, and that we didn't want him to maybe be sitting in someone's basement and they were playing video games and someone's not aware of the circumstances. So as a cautionary for everyone involved, we just feel it's best that his picture revealed and his name revealed, regardless of if he's a juvenile. Obviously, juveniles have committed acts in schools that school shootings have occurred all over. So, though we want to give the light most favorable to a juvenile, we do feel that the safety of the community is always paramount.
Why this farm? Why did you think he was out here?
This is his residence.
Oh, it is? Okay.
This one behind you?
Right.
Okay. What kinds of threats was he making?
To harm others in the school.
Fellow students?
Right.
Okay. Was there anything that happened with his girlfriend?
I don't know anything with his girlfriend per se at this time. I know that we have deputies in Nebraska. She's not a student in Sioux City per se. She lives in Nebraska, and we have deputies in the areas of concern, and we'll probably try to notify as many parents that that he may have made those threats to or is angered with.
But you're not searching for her or anything?
For her, no. She's at school, I believe, or with her parents.
Okay.
In light of recent events, obviously, with school shootings, how concerning is it for you guys when you get a call like this?
Oh, it's, we're just glad that the incident didn't take place at the school, obviously. I mean, he brought a firearm, and the fact that that probably could have occurred, but thankfully it did not. We're just relieved at that. We're just hopeful of a positive outcome. He's in a little bit of trouble, but it's not the end of the world. We can get through this. 16-year-old kids sometimes make some poor judgment, and we hope that he's safe and that no one else is.
Are his parents cooperating?
Very much so. Obviously, It's a difficult situation for their family. I feel bad for them. We've told them that we've waited as long as I thought possible before we revealed his picture and his name. These kids will be getting out of school. I think it's imperative that we let the community know. We've tried our best as long as we could, but it becomes a time that I think that I have to not only think of him, but I have to think about the community as a whole.
How long are you going to stay out here?
Well, that's the question. We're still doing coordinates and checking, and we'll have there's a football game tonight nearby. We'll have deputies positioned at that football game if the game is going to continue. We'll do continual searches throughout the area, working on every lead we can, hoping that students will come forward now even more. It has a trickling effect. 2 or 3 finally come up and tell the principal or tell the school officials, and so maybe they can shed more light, and that's what we're hoping.
The firearm in question, where he may have gotten it or anything like that?
I think it's common at times that there's firearms in residents in the rural area. Kids grow up with shotguns and firearms, so it's not unusual. And so even though sometimes we try our best to hide them or keep them in safe locations, people can, it's kind of like finding Christmas presents. When you search hard enough, you'll find them, and that's probably where this kid came across it.
So they do believe it is his parents?
He would not be able to possess a firearm, or purchase one because of his age, so he had to probably get it from here at home. It's not stolen.
Is he an only child?
I don't believe so.
Have the parents said, is there any relatives around this area?
Yes, there's relatives. We've been in contact with relatives, other farms. We've checked those farms. We had a helicopter fly over and check areas, like I said, farm fields, anything that we can come up
And as far as viewer concern, should people really be concerned about this, or do you think that you have it under control?
with. Well, I'm always concerned with a 16-year-old with a handgun. I'm concerned mainly for those that maybe the threats were registered to, not just the public in general. What I would caution the public, if you see the picture of him, that you would contact 911 right away. You do not try to deal with him on your own, regardless if you've had good past relationships with him. He could be under that point where he's scared, frightened, and distraught, or just not acting in his normal state.
Are you keep looking after it gets dark? Are you going to stay out here?
Yeah, we'll have deputies in the area, not per se at the home, but we will be checking the area. We'll be checking the Moville area and around. And we're hoping that by releasing this information, that with the public's help, maybe we can maybe run it down where he's at.
And you did reference the Woodbury Central playoff game tonight. Are you guys recommending that they not have that game, or?
No, I think my belief is that they could probably have it, but that's up to them and the Iowa High School Athletic Association. They can make that determination. We would have people there, and I think we shouldn't get to that point, but I understand people's concerns, and so I'll leave that up to them.